Catalino de Cerezo National High School. Made of dream, love, and dedication, celebrated its first decade. No one has ever imagined the fast development of schools' physical facilities, growth of teaching staff, and sound partnership with local government and PTA. Undeniably, graduating out. Be with us today as we rejoice the 6th commencement exercises and recognition rites of batch 2020-2021. Good morning, teachers, guests, and graduates. It is an honor to welcome you all here in our virtual graduation ceremony made possible by CDC NHS faculty and staff with the theme, Strengthening Quality Education Amidst COVID-19 Pandemic. This is Diane Iraskin, your MC for this event. May I now give the signal to begin our virtual graduation march. May I request everyone to please rise and observe silence for our national anthem to be followed by a prayer.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Comfort me through all the pain that life may bring. There's no other hope that I can lean upon. Lead me, Lord, lead me all my life. Walk by me. Walk by me across the lonely roads that I may face. Take my arms and let your hands show me the way. Show the way to live inside your heart all my days. You are my life. You're the lamp upon my feet. All the time, my Lord, I need you.
Pangasinan niya binabi, daan mo taniya ligwas, iuragod ko lawas. Nagpuso Pangasinan, magkanalingwanan, luyak ko yan iyanagan, beteg na kanyaman. Mangkuan na ligwas muna kaya nung kasing panuring mapuna, sa'y pagkakasakti na kay nalilig na, labot ka na mabisika. Sa'y dayang mundak na'y natuktan sa'y yaman, sagdan na kapalan ngayon, naroon ang tansamping mo Pangasinan, pag-ientang lawas Bantayan. Lawas takan ikang duro Pangasinan, arun takan bayubuan, panang apupong niya wala na bangunan, ikikinon ko siyo paman, Pangasinan luyang pinagyaman. Mountains and the rivers, through the plains and winding trails, to the shores where breezes linger, that's the place I love so well. It's the home of men who loved her, men who died to keep us free, men who told no bad the weather, that anyone will never be. Region 1, oh Region 1, there's no better place I see. Region 1, oh Region 1, dearest home by far to me. From her care I learn my lessons, in her veils I work and play. She has kept me safe and happy, as I live on day by day. From to other lands I wander, as I search for wealth and fame. In my heart I will remember Region 1, beloved name. Region 1, oh Region 1, there's no better place I see. Region 1, oh Region 1, dearest of my heart to me. Other lands I wander, as I search for wealth and fame. In my heart I will remember Region 1, beloved name. Region 1!
Dear graduates, as light as feathers, your faith will carry you far from us, but near to your dreams. Your alma mater will always pray for your passion and success. Let us now listen to the opening remarks from a man blessed with positivity and great encouragement. Please welcome our school head, Sir Larry C. Abrera.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Larry Abrera, your public servant of Catalino, Cerezo National High School. Welcome, everyone, to the 6th commencement exercises for school year 2020-2021 of our institution in a virtual ceremony. Although we have not gathered face-to-face for this very special occasion, I am so glad that we can be all together here in this platform to celebrate and honor our CDC NHS graduates of the senior high school and our completers for grade 10 in the junior high school. Thank you so much for allowing us to bring our graduation ceremony into your homes. We are so grateful and honored to provide you this online graduation experience. Our graduation theme this school year is anchored on strengthening the quality of education amid the COVID-19 pandemic. To all of you, my colleagues, families, friends, and stakeholders, thank you so much for your virtual presence today. Once again, welcome to our virtual graduation ceremony for batch 2020-2021.
Let us now listen to the inspirational messages.
Good day to each and everyone who is attending virtually present at this time of our graduation ceremonies for our beloved and very precious graduates for the school year which ends at this time. First of all, I'd like to greet the parents and family members without whose sacrifices, whose reminders, and whose participation in the learning process for our graduates have resulted in this culmination program. This year, your role has changed drastically, where we've always believed that the matter of educating our children rests nearly exclusively on our teachers and our staff. This time, you parents, you family members, you who are in the households of our learners have expanded your role and contributed to this wonderful day, wherein finally, our learners are graduating in this culmination exercise. So congratulations, because this year has not been very easy, has not been a picnic for our teachers, for our family members, as well, especially the parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and all who have contributed to the achievement of our learners at this time. So, maraming salamat at congratulations, parents and family members. Mas malaki ang role ninyo at this time compared to earlier graduation exercises. Secondly, I would also like to greet our teachers, without whose very careful review and careful supervision of the work of our pupils and our learners, this event would not be taking place at all. And so thank you, teachers. Your role has also expanded, in addition to seeing to it that the modules are faithfully followed, the assignments are correctly implemented, and the learners are truly learning. And you have had to deal with new ways of assessing the performance also of the learners. So congratulations, teachers, for enduring, for your patience, for your love for our learners, and your willingness to engage in a way and methods of teaching which are different from those which are used to. Assessment must have been especially difficult for you, especially since you were not able to see most of the time our students in face-to-face meetings, and most of the meetings, of course, were virtual. We'd also like to thank the local government units for their interest, for their cooperation, and for their continuing contributions to the needs of education, even as our children do not go to school. Your donations of material as well as financial resources at this time are most welcome, and your advice has been taken seriously not only by our teachers, by our school officials, but also by our officials in the Department of Education. We continually talk with local government units, especially in times of disaster, in times of great need for classrooms, for space, and for responses to unforeseen emergencies. Thank you, local government units. But of course, most of the congratulatory greetings fall on the deserving graduate. Each and every one of you is truly special. You are different from the other graduates who have passed through the portals of your school. You went to school practically without seeing your teachers, if at all. You went to school with your parents, your mothers, and your fathers hovering over your shoulders and seeing to it that you are able to complete your assignments. You are completing your studies at a time when examinations and assessments are different. You are culminating these long months of hard work at this time, even as you have to do family chores, even as you are distracted, and even as your world has turned upside down, and it seems and it appears as if we don't know what the future holds and what will happen next. But you have persevered, and now you are ready to graduate. And therefore, you deserve each and every bit of congratulations from us in the Department of Education, from your parents and family members, your teachers, from the officials in local government, as well as in the parent teachers associations. You deserve each and every single congratulatory pat on your back, each hug virtually, of course, and each greeting, which I am sure you are also receiving virtually. I don't know if you will remember this event many years from now. I have tried to recall myself who our graduation speaker was when I finished high school and when I finished my college studies. All I remember is that the graduation speaker was someone important, someone who was invited because that someone is supposed to give a message. What was more important to us graduates at that time was the excitement of the celebrations, the happiness and the joy of our parents, the sadness of parting from our classmates and from our teachers, and the enjoyment of all the graduation events that usually take place come commencement day. When I was a college student, we had a series of events which were designed to embed in our minds, which were designed to help us remember and not forget our days in college. We would spend one whole day going around the campus, visiting the classrooms, saying goodbye to our teachers, and sharing memories. We would have bonfires to say goodbye to each other. We had baccalaureate services where we committed ourselves to God and we prayed for guidance when we go out into the world. So many celebrations, and the speaker, of course, is the least important and easily forgotten component of the graduation exercise. Nonetheless, I will exert all efforts to share with you what I see are things or issues which a graduate should remember and recall. I have said that you are very special. You are very different. You are pioneering. There has been no other class like your class. There has been no other graduate like you as a graduating student, because you are the very first graduate of the blended learning response to education in the Philippines. And so you ask yourself, what awaits you in the world outside? You can either work, because the kind of curriculum you survived and underwent as a student will enable you to go to work if you wish to go to work. Some of you will proceed to further studies, and this would be a wonderful thing because there are many opportunities for further expanding your knowledge, for further answering and looking for explanations of issues, events that make you curious, especially in science, in technology, and also in the arts. So you can work, you can go to further studies, and perhaps some of you will settle down, hopefully not too soon, so you can pursue what you really want to do. So today, this is why we call this exercise a commencement exercise. It's not the end of our studies. It's not the end of all our efforts with blended learning, with modules, with floods, with earthquakes, and of course with COVID. It's a commencement of doors opening to you. More doors will be opened because you are a graduate. You can work, you can proceed for further studies, you can help your parents, and you can perhaps look for opportunities to do what you have always wanted to do, whether at work, whether at advanced studies, whether at learning more in science and technology, in mathematics, and in the arts. All of these opportunities are available to you. More doors are being opened. I hope you will select the door which arouses your curiosity, the door which will help you know more about this world, and the door which will allow you to contribute to the development of our country and contribute whatever we can to solve our problems and our challenges. Congratulations once more to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you, parents and family members. Congratulations to you, teachers. When I was chair of the board of Silliman University, each time we had graduation ceremonies during the baccalaureate and during commencement itself, I would cry. I would cry because you are sending out into the world a new batch of graduates, and we want to be sure that what is awaiting them is appropriate. We want to be sure that they are ready for what awaits them when they select which door to open. And so, we tell you, go out to the world, do whatever you want to do. God be with you, and be assured that all of us love each and every one of you. Congratulations.
Isang mapagpalang araw sa inyong lahat. Lubos ang aking kagalakan na makapagbigay ng mensahe sa inyo, mahal naming mga magulang, guro, punong guro, at higit sa lahat sa inyo, ating mga completers at graduates mula sa kindergarten, grade 6, grade 10, grade 12, at sa ating learners from the alternative learning system na pumasa sa portfolio assessment. Ang tema ng ating end of school year rites ay kalidad ng edukasyon, lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya. Ang pandemyang dulot ng COVID-19 ang nag-udyok sa lahat ng educational leaders na gumawa ng mga tough choices sa gitna ng tanong, paano mapapangalagaan ang kaligtasan ng mga guro at paano maihahatid ang edukasyon sa mga mag-aaral. Ayon nga kay Secretary Briones, education must continue even in times of crisis. Sa pagtutulungan nga ng mga magulang, mag-aaral, kaguruan at stakeholders na itawid natin ang school year 2020-2021. Tunay ngang napakahalaga ng ating selebrasyon ngayong school year 2020-2021 because for the first time in history, the school and home have finally touched base together for a common aspiration. Nagpapatunay na malaki ang bahagi ng parental involvement sa academic achievement ng isang mag-aaral. As parents and teachers work together to address our children's needs, we're able to form a formidable team to combat ignorance and keep relevant values that every home and society cherish. Batid ko ang inyong mga pasakit at pinagdaanan, maitawid lamang ang inyong pag-aaral. Mental stress, dala ng independent learning, unstable internet connectivity, problema sa kahirapan ng buhay. Ngunit lahat ng ito ay napagtagumpayan ninyo. Ang inyong ipinakitang tibay ay kamangha-mangha. Ito ay nagpapakita ng katatagan ng ating mga mag-aaral. Lastly, gusto kong sabihin sa inyo, please appreciate your parents. To be a good father and mother requires that the parents defer many of their own needs and desires in favor of the needs of their children. You never know what sacrifices they went through for you. Respect your teachers. Teachers spend most of their nights planning, most of their mornings explaining, most of their afternoons correcting, most of their years encouraging, most of their lives stressing what matters most in life, and it's all for your future. So don't make their jobs more difficult. Congratulations to you, our precious children, parents, teachers, and school heads, for continuously making the flames of education burn amidst the darkness of these times. Mabuhay!
To the class of 2021, achievers, completers, graduates, you have passed another stage in your educational undertakings as you journey the new path of your lives. The new normal situation brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic has been a challenging year for all people in all walks of life. True, the situation solidified our Filipino character, resilience, that we can adapt to the changes. Yes, we have done it, and in education, we did it. We have overcome. Hats off to the learners who have coped to their preferred learning modalities. The teachers' compassion and dedication towards their works have been remarkable. The parents and guardians' incomparable sacrifices and support to the school children as the school's learning facilitators, the stakeholders and community support, they who have worked hand in hand to ensure that the learners of the new normal continue to improve in their competencies. You are all commendable. With God, who gives the best for all, you shall never fail. Continue to be resilient as you persevere towards achieving your goals and reaping multitude of achievements. Believe and let God lead you to your dreams. Keep the flames of resiliency burning as you empower and transform yourselves. Congratulations and mabuhay!
A pleasant morning, everyone. I am so delighted to face all of you today, even in a virtual mood. This online graduation calls for a celebration, not only for the entire DepEd family, but even the entire nation as well. To all our graduates, congratulations for making it this far on your very special day. This pandemic year of your last stage of your high school is not really a hindrance to your dream. Working hard in your modules that are provided for you is a manifestation of your deep commitment to finish your basic education with us. For that, the administration and staff of CDC NHS are so proud of you for having finished your secondary education here at Catalino, Cerezo National High School. To the parents, guardians, and benefactors of these graduates, our salute to all of you. Thank you so much for embracing our learning delivery modalities this year, whether printed and online. If not with your support, these young people couldn't have joined this ceremony today. Thank you for patiently reporting every week in our school just to get these modules of our children. This is a great manifestation that you truly love education and you want change for the better in your respective family. Let us continue, our dear parents, to extend our support to our children as they continue their struggle to a higher education. To the family and friends of our amazing graduates, thank you for being with us today. Your support, I know, can make a difference to our dear students in their lives. To the family and staff of Catalino de Cerezo National High School, my dear colleagues, thank you so much for working diligently and efficiently for our graduates. Your dedication towards this endeavor is something very worthy and will cause a change for the better into the lives of these future heroes of our land. May your love for education inspires more our students. Let us continue the calling bestowed on us, that is to equip our youngsters with the basic tenets in education that they need as they pursue their aspirations in life. To all the stakeholders here and abroad, the PTCA officers and members under Mrs. Maricel Arriaga, our supportive barangay captain, Mr. Mario De Vera, our stakeholders abroad, the Catalino de Cerezo clan, your support to our institution serves as our fuel to move on smoothly in our quest for educating our children. Your support, morally and financially, inspires us so much as we do our tasks, providing our students the academic equipment they need in their basic education. Together we can, but divided we fail. Let us all together work for a quality education. Let this pandemic be not a hindrance for the education of our children. If we work hand in hand, even in the littlest thing we do for our school, we can make a difference. Whether big or small, that can contribute immensely for a quality education. Thank you so much, my dear friends. Have a good day.
Our guest of honor speaker is the son of Mr. Renato Songalia and Mrs. Aida Songalia. He is a graduate from Malimpot Elementary School. He finished his high school years in Catalino de Cerezo National High School. He pursued his dream to be a teacher in Pangasinan State University, Bayambang Campus, and passed the licensure examination for teachers last 2018. At present, he is earning his master's degree at Colegio de Dagupan. He is working as Instructor 1 at PSU Urdaneta City Campus. He is also an active member of International Association of Physical Education and Sports Incorporated and International Organization for Health, Sports, and Kinesiology. Please welcome our guest of honor speaker, Mr. Rites Songalia.
Good day, everyone. So I am tasked to deliver an inspirational message today. Before anything else, allow me to thank the CDC NHS teaching and non-teaching force headed by our energetic and ever-active principal, Dr. Larry C. Abrera. Sir, thank you so much for having me here at this prestigious and much-awaiting event in the life of every student. And to the graduates, as well as to the parents, congratulations for a job well done. Graduation is indeed one of the most happiest and fulfilling event in the life of every student. At last, your hard work and heartaches paid off. Ang pagtatapos ay hindi lamang karangalan at tagumpay ng isang mag-aaral. Ngunit ito rin ay tagumpay ng ating mga magulang. Kaya't nararapat lamang na sila ay ating pasalamatan at bigyang pugay. Dahil sa kanilang mga hindi matatawarang sakripisyo at suporta ay wala tayo sa kung nasaan man tayo naroon ngayon. At syempre, huwag na huwag rin nating kalimutang pasalamatan ang ating mga guro na silang umagapay sa ating landas sa buhay mag-aaral. Maraming salamat din po sa ating mga donors, the Cerezo and Zamora family, na kung hindi dahil po sa kanila ay hindi maitatayo ang magandang eskwelahan na ito na kung saan hinuhubog ang talento at kakayahan ng isang mag-aaral. Hayaan ninyo akong ibahagi ang aking karanasan simula nung ako ay mag-aaral pa lamang hanggang sa ngayong ako ay isang ganap ng guro. Naway kayo ay makapulot ng aral at inspirasyon sa mga sarili kong karanasan. Sa mga hindi nakakakilala sa akin, ako po ay isa ring dating mag-aaral ng CDC NHS. Ako po ay anak ng magsasaka at isa ring vendor. May tindahan po kami dyan sa harap ng school. Ang aking ama at ina ay sila Uncle Ato at Auntie Aida, na nagtitinda ng fishball, kikiam, banana Q at palamig. Hindi po kami mayaman kaya nagsumikap ako sa aking pag-aaral. Ito po ay naging motivation ko kasama ng aking mga magulang. Itinanim ko sa isipan ko na lahat ng nararanasan ko, lalong-lalo na kung ito ay negatibo, ay ito lamang ay isang pagsubok na bigay ng Diyos at ito ay isang pagsusulit na magbibigay ng aral sa akin. At ito nga ay nagbunga. Dumaan ang mga panahon, ako ay nakapagkolehiyo at nakapag-board exam at sa awa ng Diyos, naipasa ko sa unang beses ang board exam. At heto na ako ngayon. Isa na akong ganap na guro sa Pangasinan State University or Daneta City Campus. Ngunit hindi ganun kadali ang lahat. Bago ko matamasa ang mga tagumpay at estado sa kung nasaan man ako ngayon, marami rin akong pinagdaan ng mga failures at mga challenges. Pero hindi yun naging hadlang upang ipagpatuloy ko ang aking pangarap. Bagkus ito ang nagudyok sa akin para gawin ang lahat ng aking makakaya upang mapagtagumpayan ang lahat ng ito. Kasama ng aking mga magulang at mahal sa buhay, sila ang naging aking gabay at naging pundasyon ng aking lakas upang kayanin ang lahat ng mga pagsubok na ibinibigay sa akin. Lahat tayo ay dadaan sa pagsubok bago makamit ang ating mga mithi. At ang mga pagsubok na ito ay gawin nating inspirasyon upang maging matatag sa lahat ng mga ito. Gawin nating sandigan ang ating pamilya at doon tayo humugot ng lakas. I am very much grateful at habang buhay kong tatanawing utang na loob ang paghubog ng Catalino di Cerezo National High School sa isang mag-aaral na tulad ko. At walang humpay na pasasalamat sa mga donors, the Cerezo and Zamora family, mga former mentors ko, at ang mga magulang ko, dahil kung wala kayo, ay wala rin ako sa kinatatayuan ko ngayon. Muli, maligayang araw ng pagtatapos, and God bless us all.
Presenting the school officials, the teaching and non-teaching personnel and partners of Catalino di Cerezo National High School. Our school head, Dr. Larry C. Abrera, Principal 2. The junior high school teachers. Senior high school teachers. The non-teaching personnels. The Parent Teachers Association, headed by Maricel Arriaga. The Barangay Malimput Council, headed by Barangay Captain Marius C. De Vera. And our beloved stakeholders abroad, the Cerezo siblings and family.
by the authority vested in me by the officer in charge, Office of the School's Division Superintendent, and acting upon the recommendation of your principal, Dr. Larry C. Abrera, that you have successfully completed all the requirements as prescribed by the Department of Education for junior high school and senior high school. I, Nila Ferrer, Public Schools District Supervisor of Malasiki District 2, hereby confirm your completion and graduation rights today, July 14, 2021, and declare you 67 junior high school completers and 62 senior high school graduates of Catalino di Cerezo National High School. I therefore confer upon you all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
With love and initiative of everyone, the graduates of CDC NHS Batch 2021 will now receive their diploma and awards. To begin with, the graduates from General Academic Strand under the advisory of Ma'am Micheline Joy M. Terrado.
I have the honor to present to you the graduates of General Academic Strand, School Year 2020-2021, Grade 12, Mabini.
Cabardo Jomar C., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Ed S. Cabardo. Henes Kevin Royet G., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Ramon B. Henes. Masiglat Ian B., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Marlino R. Masiglat Sr. Pereras Joseph B., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Marcos P. Pereras. Bukid Jemerson P., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Manuelito C. Bukid. Cookies Angelo L., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Raymond G. Cookies. Tariktikan Francis Lloyd, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Loreto L. Ladaran. Alegrea Melody L., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Romeo Alegrea. Ancheta Jambi Q., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Terso M. Ancheta. Brian Desiree L., with high honors, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Michael P. Brian. Buko Marian Curry, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Victor Buko. Calibuso Cristina V., with honors, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jason P. Calibuso. Lee Grace V., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Terry S. Lee. Lopez Desiree Joy T., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Marcelo A. Lopez. Marzan Jeneline C., with honors, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Danny M. Marzan. Perez Jonasel M. with honors, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Lorenzo C. Perez. Bukid Micah G., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Marlito C. Bukid. Kinagon Carla L., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Yolito C. Kinagon. Villena Angeline P., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Juanito N. Villena. Villena Nika P., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Robert N. Villena.
May we now have the graduate from Technical Vocational Livelihood Information Communication Technology strand under the advisory of Sir Janal B. Heterosa.
I have the honor to present to you the graduates from TVL ICT strand, specialized in computer system servicing, grade 12 Luna. Baita James Lester A., son of Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy M. Baita. Bayangat Roel R., son of Mr. and Mrs. Rolito L. Bayangat Sr. Carino Kevin Renzo C., with honors, son of Mr. and Mrs. Tirso I. Carino. Kasaklang Eric G., son of Mr. and Mrs. Manny M. Kasaklang. Kayago John Michael Angelo P., with high honors, son of Mr. Virgilio and Mrs. Gemma Kayago. Cruz Jenmark F., son of Mr. and Mrs. Eugene O. Cruz. De la Cruz Justin R., son of Mr. and Mrs. Arnold S. De la Cruz. Evangelista Sunny A., son of Mrs. Gloria A. Evangelista. Flores Roderick M., son of Mr. and Mrs. Roberto I. Flores. Yakar Jeffrey F., son of Mrs. Jennifer F. Yakar. Yakar Jericho Keith F., son of Mrs. Jennifer F. Yakar. Masiglat Marlino Jr. B., son of Mrs. Vivian B. Masiglat. Olido Vince B., son of Mr. and Mrs. Elmer R. Oledo. Peralta Paul Dave P., son of Mrs. Maribel P. Peralta. Quimiano Vince Adrian M., son of Mrs. Marlina M. Quimiano. Pilates RJ C., son of Mrs. Susana C. Pilates. Kinagon Daniel T., son of Mrs. Jennifer T. Kinagon. Ramirez Mark Anthony D., son of Mr. and Mrs. Antonio Ramirez. Villanueva Brian S., son of Mr. and Mrs. Marvin Villanueva. Ancheta Riajona B., with high honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Orland A. Ancheta. Ancheta Mildred S., with honors, daughter of Mrs. Melody S. Ancheta. Antalan Janina Q., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rolando M. Antalan. Azores Ashley, with honors, daughter of Mrs. P.S. Azores. Bayangan Regine C., with honors, daughter of Mrs. Merlita C. Bayangan. Blanca Angelica Q., with honors, daughter of Mrs. Elma Q. Blanca. Bugarin Alexandra S., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Alfredo B. Bugarin. Kasaklang Jelsie Nicole B., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jessie M. Kasaklang. Cayago Diana Rose R., with honors, daughter of Mr. Moreno B. Cayago. Centeno Joanna A., with honors, daughter of Mrs. Maria Teresa A. Centeno. Conmigo Christine Joy A., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Eduardo Conmigo Jr. Damian Dia C., daughter of Mrs. Imelda C. Damian. Di Guzman Cristina L., daughter of Mrs. Marife L. Di Guzman. Liacar Liza M., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Salvador Liacar. Mawanay Rose B., with honors, daughter of Mrs. Cristina C. Bayangan. Macleb Marvin L., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ruben P. Macleb. Bukis Lalim L., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ladi Bukis. Piñano Jasmine M., daughter of Mrs. Janice M. Piñano. Salinas Heidi C., daughter of Mrs. Teolinda C. Salinas. Salunatin Benjeline C., daughter of Mrs. Evelyn C. Salunatin. Serrano Vanessa Jane R., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rodolfo N. Serrano. Torda Hila V., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Mario A. Torda.
May we have this moment with John Michael Angelo P. Cayago for his words of gratitude.
A pleasant day, my fellow graduates, students, parents, faculty, and staff. On behalf of our class, I am proud to say that we did it, seniors. We were able to overcome tough times, and we were able to enjoy some really great ones as well. First of all, I am thankful to God for helping us to beat all the challenges, for giving us strength, a positive mindset to finish our studies and step up to our next journey. Thank you for the donors for being kind, who have their joyful hearts to help students here in Barangay Malimpa. Thank you for all the teachers who became our second parents and help us grow to a better version of ourselves. For our parents who continually care and support us over the years. Expressing our gratitude is not enough to equalize all your sacrifices for us. We will forever be grateful to be part of this school and accomplish great things with all teachers and students as well. Once and for all, we, batch of 2020-2021, are now signing off to Catalino de Cerezo National High School.
May I now call on the completers under the advisory of Maria Aina F. Cayabyab.
Grade 10 Orchids completers. Ancheta Ricky B., son of Mr. and Mrs. Recto V. Ancheta. Azores Jomar C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Benjamin S. Azores. Bayangat John Kurt A. with honors, son of Mr. and Mrs. Tito C. Bayangat. Bugarin Jundel V. with honors, son of Mr. and Mrs. Fernando B. Bugarin Jr. Kasipit Jeyo Emilio S., son of Mr. and Mrs. Magnolito C. Kasipit. Kasipit Jerwin Zach D., son of Mr. and Mrs. Jason B. Kasipit. Kasipit Ken Aldrin S., son of Mr. and Mrs. Magnolito C. Kasipit. Centeno Hill Jr. A., son of Mrs. Maria Teresa G. Centeno. Cerezo Alejandro P., son of Mr. and Mrs. Arnulfo A. Cerezo. Cerezo Mark Henry V., son of Miss Elisa V. Cerezo. De Vera Kenneth James C., with honors, son of Mr. and Mrs. Reynaldo G. De Vera. Iglesias Miguel Joshua P., son of Mr. and Mrs. Julito V. Iglesias. Halipot Gabriel V., son of Mr. and Mrs. Greggy M. Halipot. Marzan Danilo C., with honors, son of Mr. and Mrs. Danny M. Marzan. Nas Daniel Jas I., son of Mr. and Mrs. Danilo L. Nas. Padua Alex B., son of Mr. and Mrs. Conrado B. Padua. Ramirez Julius C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Antonio B. Ramirez. Taharan Ramon Christopher V., son of Mr. and Mrs. Christopher V. Taharan. Tamundong James Carlo P., son of Mr. and Mrs. Leopoldo J. Tamundong. Bugarin Angeline E., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Armando P. Bugarin. Una Cruz Jolan N., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joel T. Buna Cruz. Corpus Wela, with honors, daughter of Miss Wilma V. Corpus. De la Cruz Mary Grace B., daughter of Mr. Mamerto C. de la Cruz. Garcia Jasmine Isabel M., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Reniboy G. Garcia. Mamaril J. Marie Z., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Marlon C. Mamaril. Masiglat Ivy B., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Marlino R. Masiglat Sr. Ulido Aliyah Janelle E. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Leoncio R. Ulido. Palisok Nuri Jane D., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Alfredo V. Palisok. Cookies Rizalyn L., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Raymond G. Cookies. Quezon Ria P. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rizaldi S. Quezon. Quintero Sunday L. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Leo C. Quintero. Ramirez Diane B. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Richie C. Ramirez. Rodeo Christine Joy K., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Facundo R. Rodio.
Let us also welcome the completers under the advisory of Marilyn B. Carpizo.
Here are the Grade 10 Rose completers.
Bayangat Denmark C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Rod L. Bayangat. Bulataw Nino M., son of Mr. and Mrs. Eugenio Bulataw. Carino Russell Joshua C., with honors, son of Mr. and Mrs. Terso Carino. Kasaklang Jerome B., son of Mr. and Mrs. Jessie Kasaklang. Kasipit Car Rainier T., son of Mr. and Mrs. Pedro Kasipit. Cayago Kate Cedric L., son of Mr. and Mrs. Benny Cayago. Cayago Reynald A., son of Mr. and Mrs. Rodolfo Cayago. De Vera Mark Angelo E., son of Mr. and Mrs. Marcelo De Vera. De la Cruz Justin M., son of Mr. and Mrs. Mario De La Cruz. Evangelista Alvin G., son of Mr. and Mrs. Bernardo Evangelista. Flores Raymar M., son of Mr. and Mrs. Roberto Flores. Iglesias Christian C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Christopher Iglesias. Martinez Mark John Paul B., son of Mr. and Mrs. Roger Martinez. Nas Dustin I., son of Mr. and Mrs. Danilo Nas. Padua Eliezer R., son of Mr. and Mrs. Leonardo Padua. Pukis Carlo Z., son of Mr. and Mrs. Zaldi Pukis. Pukis Ladi Jr. L., son of Mr. and Mrs. Ladi Pukis Sr. Tariktikan Jammer, son of Miss Cherry Tariktik. Quezon Mark Joseph M., son of Mr. and Mrs. Ernesto Quezon. Villena Jonas P., son of Mr. and Mrs. Robert Villena. Abayon Joanna Marie C., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joanne Abayon. Avenue Judian V., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jose Avenue. Aison Kirsten Claire C. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rene Aison. Benitez Eliza Jane C. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Bienvenido Benitez. Bugarin Dane I.Z. D. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Danilo Bugarin. Bugarin Shine B. daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jovito Bugarin. Kasipit Marvian M. daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Marvin Kasipit. Ferrer Krisha Caril M. daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Vicente Ferrer. Pakleb Margaret L. daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ruben Pakleb. Kenyano Joey Ann Q. with honors, daughter of Mrs. Emily Quintero. Quezon Julian S. daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rodante V. Quezon. Ramirez Christine C. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Antonio Ramirez. Ramos Shane Joy S. daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Johnny Ramos. Sumalbag Jolana A. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jose Sumalbag.
At last, it is an honor to be your master of ceremony. Wherever you go, you are all part of our success and pride. Once again, the graduates of CDC NHS Batch 2020-2021. Let's give them our warmest applause. This is Diana Raskin, your MC, officially signing off.
Parang kailan lang ang mga pangarap ko'y kay hirap abutin. Dahil sa inyo, napunta ako sa aking nais marating. Nais ko gayong pasalamatan kahit man lamang sa isang awitin. Parang kailan lang halos ako ay napalimos sa lansangan. Dahil sa inyo, ang aking tiyan at ang bulsa'y naggalaman. Kaya't itong awiting aking inaawit, nais ko kayo ang handugan. Tatanda at lilipas rin ako, ngunit mayroong awiting iiwanan sa inyo. Alaala dahil minsan tayo'y magkasama. Awitin ko ay ayaw pakinggan. Dahil sa inyo, narinig ang isip ko at naintindihan. Dahil dito'y ibig ko, kayong ituring na matalik kong kaibigan. tatanda at lilipas din ako, ngunit mayroong awiting iiwanan sa inyong alaala. Dahil minsan tayo'y